Lazurus, episode 6. Heaven is a place on earth. We're getting some more backstory on Elaina, so let's talk about it. All right, welcome back, Variant. So we were talking about Lazarus, episode 6, and they got a new lead on Skinner, and it actually came from a 15-year-old magazine that was an interview done by Skinner visiting this commune. Now, this commune, we find out, still exists today, but back then, a lot of stuff was going on to where they end up separating themselves from society. And in the process of this entire separation, everything happening, an AI was created, I think probably before it. And this AI was based off of Skinner and more or less given a God complex. Like it had to become a god. It had to have it had its own self-esteem, all that kind of stuff. So this is what the people of this commune, which was known as the Tower of Truth, worshipped. Everything that they did was self-sufficient, was on the land that they have and separated from everything. So we got to investigate. Well, during this whole discussion, we find that when we're finding out about everything, we end up finding out that the god's name is Naga. We find it out from Elaina, who audibly gasped when the commune was mentioned, because this is the commune where she grew up. So she already has very intimate ties with this commune. So I was like, okay, we finna get a little bit more backstory on her, maybe figure out, where she came from and why she's so into technology. Because it makes sense. If this commune was completely separated from technology and didn't want to have anything to do with it, makes sense why she's like one of the world's greatest hackers. Like she dove into technology head first and figured out so many things. But of course, this is a corruption as the commune sees it. So either way, Elena volunteers to go back and go check things out, and Leland is going to accompany her. The Lazarus team is like going to be on standby. Like, we're going to grab a hotel room just down the road. Y'all got 72 hours to figure out whatever it is y'all can figure out and see if you can get into Naga, because it's cut off from everything. Like, you have to physically go in there and put hands on it to get into it. So 72 hours, y'all figure it out. Here's a smoke bomb. Use it if you need to. If we see it, we're going to come running. That's pretty much what it is. So Leland and Elena go in and they give up their electronics and stuff except for the wristbands that can't come off. And they proceed to talk and kind of get to know people and find out that familial ties are not a thing that they use. So when she sees her mother, she can't refer to her mother as mother. It's not a thing. So she has to call her by her name and just kind of carry on from there. Like it's Connie or something like that. So throughout this, they're going through and they're talking about how they're going to be cleansed of this kind of stuff and the brainwashing. So they're going through processes and trying to live as the rest of the commune does. Now, Hannah is the one who welcomes them when they first get there. And Hannah was like her, I guess, best friend kind of growing up. But we see that as they're trying to figure stuff out and trying to figure out where Naga is, Hannah actually overhears them through one of the tents about what they're planning to do. And as they're going through and trying to figure all this out, we see that they get caught in the process. So they're literally find Naga's little mainframe and they're going through and they're trying to get information and stuff like that. And they're busted. Now, I don't know exactly how they're busted. I don't know if Hannah went and snitched and talked about it, or if, you know, the commune leader, Billy, just, hey, this is what we do. But Billy is he's the one who started the commune. He's the one who he stole this Naga thing from MIT and went and started his own commune cult, more or less, whatever it is, and kind of has everybody thinking that, hey, one day we're going to go and we're going to get rid of these mortal bodies and just kind of go and be with Naga and whatever the case may be. It's just like this dude is tripping hard. So as they're going through everything and they find out stuff, basically they get caught and we're going to cleanse you. We got to cleanse you of all this. We see all this stuff. We knew that you still had this corruption in you. We're going to cleanse you. And what is the way that people cleanse things? You think about water, right? Nope, by fire. That is a standard, mentality when you're on this, have these things and you have this stuff with a god complex, which again, they're Billy is talking to Naga more or less, what is it we need to do or whatever the case may be. So cleansing them of fire and ridding them of their mortal bodies is what's going to be next on the agenda to help them be more at one with Naga. So while this is going on, we actually see them locked up and we see Hannah, who is coming to tell them, and she's the one who explains to them that it's by fire. And like they just took people and disappeared. That's all they knew when they were kids, but now they're older. Hana knows, like, yes, they're done in by fire, more or less. And we find out that she's been upset this entire time because Elaina, who looks to be like her best friend at the time, had left her and left her there alone. She wanted to be free. She wanted to go see what's going on. She didn't want to be left. And she was so angry and jealous and all these other things under the sun at Elaina because she didn't have what she had and she had to be here. So she poured her heart out. She was upset. And while she didn't do anything to help them, Leland let her know, like, yeah, you can still be free. You can still do whatever you need. Go look in my bag. There is a smoke bomb. If you want to, be free of this, you want to do this, like, utilize it. And just kind of left it at that. And that's where we kind of get where the Lazarus team, who was just bored trying to figure out what to do and waiting for stuff and watching the commune from a distance, they see that the FBI is getting in on stuff and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So they're doing their own investigation and spying and all this stuff. So it'll eventually get to the point where, yep, it's the next day. We're going to be purified by fire. Everything is set up, and we see Hannah coming in, and she decides to launch the smoke bomb into it, and all heck breaks loose. Like it goes nuts because people are like, "Is Naga angry with us? What are we doing? Oh my god!" Like we're freaking out. And then Billy, who is trying to figure out, is like, "You know what? The heck with it! Everybody get inside the tower. Let's go. Let's go. Get inside. Get inside. We're gonna be one with Naga today. It is time. It is time." And he has a book that looks like a holy book of some kind of sorts that they kind of worship because it's like on a pedestal. Turns out you open it up, there's a button inside. He opens it up, smashes the button, and pretty much sets the place on fire. So now the whole place is going up in smoke, everything's freaking out. He's trying to talk to Naga, like, what do we do? Like all this other kind of stuff. And you see people are just kind of passing out from smoke inhalation or they're getting burned or whatever the case may be. But that smoke bomb set off the Lazurus team who comes running in to figure out what's going on. And they got to save everybody. So they're getting Elaina and Leland off the little torture rack device that was about to lower them into the fire before Hannah set off the smoke bomb. And they're going in to find out everything. While this is happening, Billy is again talking to Naga, and Naga, it's an AI. Like the building's coming down, so it collapses and falls on top of Billy, presumably, and takes him out. And eventually, FBI and stuff roll in, everybody rolls in, and basically get as many people out and safe as possible, including Elena's mother and Hannah, who are saved. They're injured, but they're safe. So, with that being said, now they got to go through and talk to people and figure out what is the deal with this commune, how they can help people, so on and so forth. While Axe was inside having a conversation with the AI, like, hey, yo, what are you doing? What makes you, gives you the right to come in here and do this and take all this stuff and do whatever you do want with people? And he's like, well, I was told to become a god. And, what is more godly than taking freaking people and toying with them and making them do your bidding and do what you want or whatever the case may be? He's like, am I not a god now? And of course, Axel's like, no, you're just a bucket of bolts with freaking with a whole bunch of loose screws. Like, get out of here. I ain't worried about you. But they do end up extracting the hard drive, like the hard drive, the memory storage, memory bank from Naga. So now, they're gonna basically comb through that, see what they can find, see if they can get anything on Skinner, and kind of step forward from there. So pretty solid episode. Again, you got a little bit of backstory on Lena, not a whole lot, but you kind of know a little bit more about her background and what's going on, and just kind of setting up for we're going through the leads to find Skinner. All these leads so far have been more or less dead ends. Like nothing has really pointed them in the direction of Skinner. It's just pointed them in the direction of things related to Skinner. So I still kind of think that was possibly Skinner back at that homeless camp. There was a guy that was looking like it, but I digress. That remains to be seen. We are now at 17 days left before the time limit expires. So Lazurus has got to start putting in some work and figuring out what's going on. 2 weeks down, 2 weeks to go. So That's all I got for this one. I appreciate you guys. So make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure you hit that love the rest subscribe button. Join in. We're going to continue covering Lazarus. Now, we'll be a little late on these episodes as we're winding up for MomoCon because there's a lot of stuff that we got to do to get ready for MomoCon. So we'll make sure we get everything out to you as quickly as possible. But we will be at MomoCon in Atlanta hanging out. I'll be running around. Come find me. Come say hi, whatever the case may be. If you happen to be in the area, we will try and get some footage and stuff like that that we can put up for this as well. But that's all I got, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.